Well, the casting call didn't say anything about height requirements, but yes, I am above 170 centimeters.
Oh, im Castingaufruf stand jetzt nichts über Gewichtsanforderungen, aber ja, ich wiege unter 55 Kilo.
Masculine. Sure.
Weiblicher? Natürlich.
Thank you. I'm from London, so English is my mother tongue.
Oh, ich bin wirklich einfach nur deutsch, trotz Locken und dunkler Augen.
Like I said, London, but yes, my family is South African.
Oh, danke, ja. Die sind natürlich, aber ich kann sie auch abschneiden oder verändern, wenn das für die Rolle relevant ist.
Oh, thank you. I've been growing them for 4 years now, but yes, I'd be willing to cut or change the color depending on how relevant it is for the role.
Oh, also ich habe Erfahrung mit Tanz in High Heels, aber Kampfszenen sollte ich mit dem richtigen Training bestimmt auch hinbekommen.
I've taken stage fighting courses in university, but I've never come across tribal dance, sorry.
Nacktheit und intime Szenen sind okay für mich, solange ich die Szene vorher ausführlich lesen und besprechen kann.
South Africa doesn't have only one accent, so I'm not entirely sure how to answer that question.
Also ich bin liiert, aber ich habe keine Kinder.
Well, you see, most African countries speak their own separate languages, so African isn't a real one, but to answer, no, I don't speak Xhosa.
Er hat kein Problem damit, wenn ich intime Szenen spiele, weil er weiß, dass ich Privates und Berufliches trenne.
Oh, so you mean I'd be the only black person on set?
Oh, Sie meinen, ich wäre die einzige Frau am Set?
wicked frown, keep me away from the devil's palm. I am the
casting the urban character. You say you want grit. You say you want authenticity. But what you really want is a stereotype in sneakers. And that's when I walk in. Suddenly, I'm no longer myself anymore. I'm a cultural education module with good cheekbones. I'm your lesson, your edge, your token. And this arcade game is called Diversity. Press Start. And I've played. Oh, believe me, I've played. Because sometimes being seen, even as the mascot, feels better than being invisible.
Hallo erstmal. Ich bin's, die Frau. Oder besser gesagt, die enttäuschte Frau. Ihr habt mir gesagt, die 20er seien die besten Jahre meines Lebens. Aber ich scheine meine irgendwie zu verpassen. Damit ständige Panik zu spüren, vielleicht doch schwanger zu sein. Mit einer aufgezwungenen Morgenroutine, die mich Zitronenwasser mit Apfelessig trinken und meine Lymphknoten massieren lässt, damit die Wassereinlagerungen rausgehen und ich nicht mehr so puffy aussehe. Damit fast penibel darauf zu achten, die fettarme Milch zu kaufen, weil der Unterschied zu der mit 3,5% beträgt ganze 17 Kalorien. Ich muss ein proteinreiches Frühstück essen, auf meine Darmgesundheit achten, am Tag mindestens 10.000 Schritte gehen, jeden Abend in mein Dankbarkeitstagebuch schreiben und ich darf eine Stunde bevor ich schlafen gehe nicht mehr auf mein Handy gucken.
By the time I was in 9th grade, all I wanted was comic books, anime, K-pop. Didn't even realize I was the only black boy doing it. So this little white girl came over to me and said something like,
I like that you don't act black. You like an Oreo, you know? Black on the outside, white on the inside.
And just like that, everything I loved turned into a liability. So I switched, packed away the comics, muted the anime, started bumping gangs, money, bitches on Spotify Premium. As if I didn't grow up in the suburbs with 2 loving parents and go to a private school with a Latin motto. Virtus per scientium. Strength through knowledge. I had adjusted the volume of my blackness like it was a scale. Not too loud. Not too soft. And still managed to hit the wrong frequency. I spent so long editing myself, I forgot what the uncut version sounds like. Manhood thing. Apparently, I missed the memo on the required black male starter pack. Be built like a bouncer, voice like thunder, and allergic to therapy. That's the vibe they expect. I walk in wearing glasses, toned, not buff, with shoulder-length dreadlocks and golden charms, and suddenly I'm confusing. I've had people look at me like I was the warm-up for the real black guy they thought was coming. Like, sorry, I left my threatening aura in my other pants. If you're not bottling up emotions and benching your feelings, then you're not doing masculinity right. I'm not soft. I'm just not trying to win a testosterone contest with every conversation, and that's disappointing. It's weird. If I act tough, I'm dangerous. If I act gentle, I'm suspicious. If I act myself, I'm confusing. So if I confuse you, good. Maybe it's time your definition of black gets updated. In a world where black masculinity is measured by muscle and menace, being soft, smart, and small-framed is my rebellion. Degrees don't protect you. They just give you the vocabulary to explain the bullshit more eloquently. So, allow me to demonstrate. Case study 1, the supermarket shuffle, where I, a law-abiding customer, become a suspect the minute I enter aisle 3. Security's following me around like I got the Mona Lisa in my blazer. All because I stopped a little too long in the aisle. God forbid I compare low-fat milk. Case study 2, the neighborhood quiz show. The game is simple. I get to walk to my own front door, and a stranger gets to stop me and say, leave the delivery at the door. Or, lost, are ya? As if I couldn't afford a key that could possibly fit that door. Bonus points to them if they don't call the police before I get to answer. Case study 3, one of my favorites. The dating jungle, where compliments come with a colonial twist. One woman I was interested in messaged me saying something like,
I've never been with a black guy before. I bet you're wild.
What's wild is being fetishized and feared at the same time, like I'm a walking contradiction. Desirable to sleep with, suspicious to stand next to. Bonus round. If you're hearing things like, you're not like other black guys, or you're so articulate. Translation. Surprise! You have basic human decency and a vocabulary that makes me question my prejudices. Neat trick. Because like James Baldwin said, to be black and relatively conscious is to be in a rage almost all the time. I'm not going to smile and be grateful you let me in. I see the looks, I hear the words behind the words,
We just need someone with a bit more edge.
Or,
We need someone who feels more street.
translation. Could you be a little less you and a little more our ideal you? Your rehearsal schedule. You want black, but only if it's the digestible kind. Well, I'm done auditioning for your version of black manhood. I'm not your trauma story. I'm not your diversity quota. And I'm sure as hell not your guilt season redemption arc.
Two sides of a war, two sides of reality, one foot back in the door, and I still haven't learned my lesson, so I'll go all over again with you. I still haven't learned my lesson, but what else can I do? I'd rather see you in this chaos and your love be so demanding. Let's see you in the sails, and to come back to this life empty-handed.
So, in the end, neither of us got the role. You went to some white guy named Jerry, I think.
And honestly, let him have it. I don't want to play a cliched female superhero who ultimately gets less paid than her male colleagues anyway.
Yeah, and I'm not playing your fictional African superhero king written by people who think Africa is one big safari. Perhaps it's time for us to break through the walls that restrict us.
Our light is not too bright. They're just not used to it.
Auditioning shouldn't be about ticking boxes or fitting frames.
It's standing before a stranger and saying, this is what I do, and this is who I am. Not to convince them, but to remind ourselves.
And we're not waiting to be chosen. We already are. We've got the craft, the range, the presence.
And if that's not enough for the room, let it never be because of skin or gender.
All we need is a good idea.
And a spotlight.